Imagine walking into a crowded room filled with laughter. You glare around while all your peers are chuckling at some shared joke. You stand there, feeling a little lost. The laughter directed at you is not the kind you want to hear. It's teasing, pranks, or just plain misunderstanding. Howdy y'all, I'm Danielle. There's an ask in the background. This is another Backroads Edition Autism. For many individuals on the autism spectrum, this scenario is all too common. While it may seem puzzling to others, there are reasons behind why those of us with autism might not fully understand why we're being laughed at, and why this can be surprisingly painful. I hope anyone who's ever suffered in their own minds or just feeling alone trying to fit in, you're not alone. There's a whole group of us out there. Stay tuned. Let me know how you guys feel about my video and if this fits for you guys. For a start, let's address the elephant in the room. Humor, it's complicated. It's laced with nuances, cultural references, and the elusive timing that many of us just don't grasp. This can create a fascinating disconnection. As autistics, we tend to interpret situations more literal. So when someone delivers a joke, especially one that involves sarcasm or irony, we might miss the underlying implication entirely. It's not that we lack a sense of humor, it's just that our brains process these cues differently. I love it here. We got a cow coming up on the right. I'll show you guys. We process these things differently. Without these low-key social signs, we can find ourselves confused, puzzled, or what we missed in the exchange just gets overwhelming. Let's see if you can see this guy. All right, let's see. He's pretty darn big. Nah, this guy's all over here. I'm gonna have to pause this video and we're gonna have to talk again in a sec, but let's see, I'll put the window down. You see him? There he is. I love living in Arizona. Hey man, where's your family? It's so beautiful here. If anybody ever gets a chance to visit Arizona, do it. Do it for sure. See ya. Alright, let's probably guys back up here real quick before we start going. Maybe? Stay. I'm telling you to stay. Maybe that'll stay. Maybe that'll stay. Alright, let's get back. Where was I? What was I even talking about? Let's see. This confusion, I think, this confusion isn't just an issue of missing a punchline. he misses his family. It can lead to feelings of alienation. Picture it. You've done your best to make friends, to fit in, and then suddenly you recognize that you're being laughed at. You don't quite get why. You might think, did I say something wrong? Am I wearing something odd? But you can sense something's just not right. It's a feeling of missing a deeper context that everyone else seems to get except you. In moments like this, it's easy to internalize those feelings and question our own social skills. I know that still is an issue with me. We might start to overthink our actions and words, wondering if we are even going to truly belong. This disconnect becomes... I gotta pause. I gotta hold on. Gotta look around. Becomes an emotional roller coaster. Enjoying the atmosphere of laughter while simultaneously feeling excluded from its sources can suck. This feeling can be extremely painful. While some people laughing together can feel like a joyous celebration of friendship, for those of us on the spectrum, it can amplify feelings of loneliness or insecurities. Now, let's talk about that instinct to mimic behavior in an attempt to fit in. Many individuals with autism often adapt behaviors or communication styles they see in others around them, in hopes that by mirroring what we observe, like laughter, playful teasing, or inside jokes, we can break. We got dirt bikes, some people are shooting. It's gonna take a second. Crap! I can't wait to go get back on the dirt bike. Alright, by mirroring what we observe, like laughter, playful teasing, or inside jokes, we can break down the social barriers that often make interaction seem daunting. Unfortunately, this desire to fit in can lead us to misinterpreting social signals, resulting in actions that veer into uncomfortable territory all the time, every single day. I promise. I'm sorry, guys. It doesn't get better, unfortunately. Again, I think in a few of my videos, you just learn to roll with the punches. Life gets humorous, not so draining. Have you ever found yourself laughing at something that was obviously not a joke? Or perhaps you decided to join in a teasing game without realizing that person was genuinely hurt. The intentions are usually pure. We crave connection and understanding, but what tends to happen instead is that our attempts can sometimes go too far. The naive mimicking is frequently interpreted differently, and rather than bonding over shared humor, it ends up deepening divides. Yeah, look at these guys and their rock crawlers. Going to have a good day. When we try to replicate a playful jab, the kind of humor that's built upon mutual understanding and trust, it can backfire without the right context. We can unintentionally hurt feelings because we genuinely never understand the boundaries in the first place. I keep waving because I don't want anyone to stop and say, "Are you all right?" So if I wave, they know I'm fine. Our attempts to connect are misguided, and instead of making friends, we might find ourselves reinforcing the very thing we seek to escape: loneliness and misunderstanding. Ironically, while we strive to connect, the misinterpretations can add to the hurt we are already feeling. So, what can we do to bridge this gap? First, it's essential for our friends and peers to understand where we're coming from. By promoting awareness about autism and the makes me smile. I can never get tired of being out here. By promoting awareness about autism and the sensibilities of those on the spectrum, we can foster a culture of empathy. Sharing experiences, stories, and insights within our social circles can break down walls and pave the way for stronger connections. Secondly, open conversations are vital. When someone notices that a joke has landed in a way that causes discomfort, gently discussing it without shame or blame can help us learn and navigate these tricky social waters. Education and understanding allows for mutual growth. Every conversation, the dirt, I'm not a big fan of all the dirt. Every conversation, even the awkward ones, has the potential to deepen friendships. Over time, through shared understanding and patience, our social interactions can evolve into a space that is more inclusive. For those of us on the spectrum, it's equally important to work on self-advocacy. It's okay to express when we feel hurt or confused by social exchanges. By communicating our feelings, we create opportunities for others to understand what's happening in our minds and our hearts. When we articulate our experiences, I just totally got distracted by this razor. When we articulate our experiences, it can clear the air and open pathways for constructive dialogue, ultimately fostering a deeper sense of community. Last, it's crucial to celebrate our differences. I'm getting dry mouth. While it may seem like social interactions is a competition of who gets the most jokes, right? The truth is that humor isn't the only path to connection. Shared experiences, interests, and sincerity can cultivate bonds that do matter. Understanding that it's okay to not always get it lends itself to the notion that laughter is just one experience. Friendship can flourish in many forms, whether through sincerity, wit, or even shared silence, which probably would be my favorite. Or like a good walk. Just go on a good walk. Let's go shooting. Let's go on the razor with our own headphones. You don't talk at all. I mean, you have to stop. Take your headphones off. It's a lot of work if you want to have a conversation. Doing something out in the outdoors. The landscape of humor, friendship, and connection can be awesome, especially for individuals on the autism spectrum. The misinterpretations of laughter and the social cues behind it can lead to feelings of exclusion and hurt. I know it sounds like he's close shooting. He's not. Everybody's out here shooting. There's rules. They're following it most of the time, I hope. By promoting understanding, encouraging open conversations, and fostering self-advocacy, we can create a world that celebrates our differences rather than magnifies the disconnection. And additionally, as we continue to navigate our social interactions, let's remember that the genuine desire to fit in is often paired with a mix of determination, sincerity, and good intentions. Building bridges of connection rather than tall walls of misunderstanding can foster a brighter future, where laughter can become a shared celebration rather than a painful reminder of the divide. I am signing off. Nazca, where'd you go? Chilling back there? Nazca and I are personally gonna go. I found tadpoles. They're huge. They're huge tadpoles. Want to see them?